Get away with a great deal at the Hyundai Getaway Sales Event. With new cars arriving daily, now's the time to get in.
Hello everyone, sorry for speaking on mute. Welcome to the session today. Maybe it was me, but I observed that people are coming into the waiting room and then getting assigned back to the main room. Uh, uh, Gopi can probably confirm that for me because I think he was the other co-host on this room. But we might want to wait a little while, I feel. Again, Gopi, can you come off mute and if you're there, just confirm because I'm hosting in Zoom after a long while. So I'm not sure.
I'm a side room. I joined more than once.
So what I'm trying to say is let's just give it a few minutes because I see there are others trying to get into the room still. So let's give it a few minutes. Apparently, when we try to admit people who are in the waiting room here, they go back to the main room, I think. Something, maybe I'm not getting understanding it, but just let's give it a minute and then we can start. Is that okay with you, Sudeep?
Yeah, absolutely.
So in the meantime, please, if you're returning here in the side room, do fill and prepare your foot soak buckets and everything you need for foot soak. If you're here in the side room for the first time, then and you don't know about foot soak, then that's all right. You can just meditate today with us and maybe basically just let us know if you're here for the first time. So then we will explain the foot soak method to you probably towards the end or something like that. And if you're here for the first time, we probably don't have your emails, your contact information with us, which we used to send materials from this meeting that you can use at home. So do share your email with us in the chat. I see Stephanie has indicated that she's here for the first time. So Stephanie, feel free to just share your, okay, I guess you have shared. So yeah, I got your email, Stephanie. We'll have you added. And if you don't know how to foot soak, don't worry, just meditate along. And Sudeep is here and he's going to be guiding the meditation. So I see about 12 people in the room. I think we're there and thereabouts with regards to how many we have usually. So with that, Sudeep, I think you should be able to take over now.
Okay. Good morning, everybody, and or good evening or good afternoon, depending on where you are, which part of the world. My name is Sudeep Hegde, and I have been involved in this series of meditations for a couple of years now. I live in Clemson, South Carolina, in the United States. I work as an assistant professor of industrial engineering at Clemson University. And I've been practicing Sahaj Yoga since 2008. I'm very glad to be able to share this experience with all of you. I know some of you and we've meditated before together. So I'm just curious if there's anybody who is here for the first time in the side room. Maybe you can just raise your hand by clicking on the raise hand button to indicate if you're here for the first time. Okay, so looks like a couple of you. Welcome, Stephanie. Welcome, April. And welcome back, everybody else. So, as Karan mentioned, we will be starting the session with the foot soak. So for those of you who are not familiar with it, basically it's the use of the elements, water and salt. Salt represents the earth element to clear out our chakras and to balance our energy channels. So we basically have a tub or a bucket of water with some salt in it. And can we please mute ourselves until the Q&A session so that there is no interruption?
Yes, go ahead and mute yourselves, everyone. Unfortunately, I don't have the functionality to do that from here, but Let me see. I'll try and mute people as well.
We will open it up for questions towards the end. You can also share any questions in the chat in the meantime with Karan. During the meditation itself, please avoid unmuting yourself. So the foot soak is, we'll start with it. So a tub of water with water and salt, and we'll meditate for about 10 to 15 minutes with our feet dipped in the water. And then we will dispose this water in the bathroom, in the toilet, and come back and continue meditating as we normally do. And later on, the theme for today's meditation will be the third chakra, called the Nabhi. So that's the plan for today. And we will also listen to an excerpt of a talk by Sri Mataji focusing on the Nabhi Chakra. So we will discuss the qualities of that center as well today. So if we are all ready with the foot soak apparatus, we can get started. Now, as always, we will start by raising the Kundalini and balancing ourselves with bandhans. Again, if you haven't seen this before, I'll just give you a short demonstration. So we keep the left hand in front of the abdomen like this, and the right hand behind it. And the left hand simply comes up and over the head, and the right hand wraps around it. So from behind to over, and then under, and then up, while moving the left hand up. So this symbolizes raising the energy, the Kundalini, from the sacrum bone all the way up along the spine to over the head. So we'll bring it up like this and tie a knot to establish the energy over the head. So we can all do this together. Bring it up, tie a knot. Do this a second time, up, and 2 knots. We'll do it a third time, 3 knots. The next is to balance the 2 energy channels. Every chakra is influenced by both the left energy and the right energy. So we'll bring the right hand near the left hip and raise the energy of the left and bring it all the way down to the right. So we bring the energy of the left to the right and then back the same way, right to the left. So this is for the first chakra. We'll do this pair of arches for every other chakra, 6 more times. We can do nice, slow, flowing movements. And let's try to keep our attention on the energy, movement of the energy. Now we can also keep the right hand a couple of inches over the forehead to just see how we're feeling right now in the beginning. And we can check again later towards the end of the meditation. You can check with the left hand as well. See if there is a flow. Is it cool? Is it warm? Or not much at all? Just observe. So the first thing that we'll do, if you have your foot soak ready in front of you, is to vibrate the water and salt. So what we mean by that is to allow this energy that is now flowing through our hands and through our 7th center to channel it into this water and salt and make it more vibrated, so it's a better instrument to clear out our channels and our chakras. So we'll just rotate the hand like this over the water with our attention at the top of the head so that this energy is flowing with the intention to make this water and salt charged with good vibrations. And you might actually start to feel that flow as well through your hands and your head. Now we can place our feet inside the water. It's good to have some fresh water on the side in a mug or in a bottle so that you can rinse your feet later. So let's first of all bring our attention to the top of our head, where the Kundalini opens the Sahasrara, seventh center, and connects this limited consciousness to the unlimited, to that which is all pervading, that is universal. Now, we're going to place the right hand, let it hang by your side towards the earth. You can either keep your eyes closed or open. And here, let's try to feel a connection with Mother Earth. Let's try to feel that sense of gratitude. Let's feel that humility for the nourishment, for the protection that we receive, that we otherwise take for granted, perhaps. The earth element is very effective in clearing out the left energy channel. So let's appeal to Mother Earth to please clear out the left energy channel. Please remove any undue influences from the past, any impure desires, unnecessary memories, or conditionings. Please absorb these and allow me to feel that joy, the joy of the spirit. And notice how you start to feel on your left hand. See if there's a difference from before. Perhaps some additional flow or less of any tingling sensations that you may have felt earlier. Perhaps a little bit lighter. Any of these is an indication that the energies are working out this process, that there is a clearing that is happening. Because the Kundalini is a living energy. It represents that purest desire in us to realize the self, to be the spirit, to realize that we are one. one with the Supreme, one with the all-pervading energy around us. We can bring the right hand back on our lap. Now we'll clear the right side, the right energy channel. So we'll just point the left hand towards the sky, bending it at the elbow. The right hand remains open on the lap. And here we appeal to the air and ether elements to take away any excess heat that is produced on the right energy channel because of all mental and physical activity. The right energy channel is the side of conscious thinking and acting that ultimately develops into the ego. So let my right side, the right energy channel, be cooled down. Let me be completely relaxed. We are letting all of the elements work upon us. And releasing any excess heat through our feet, through our hands, so that our attention becomes more stable, becomes deeper. We feel more silent inside. Again, notice how you feel on your right hand. See if there's a difference. See if there is more coolness, if it feels lighter, less tingling. And if you're not feeling any change, then don't worry about it. This process will spontaneously work itself out. You can bring the left hand down. We can place both the hands towards the earth. Let it hang by your side. And again, ask Mother Earth, Mother, please remove any remaining imbalances from my chakras. Let it be released into the water, into the earth, so that I may be in the present. Now we can bring our hands back on our lap. The foot soak is particularly helpful in clearing the lower chakras, that is the first three chakras. And there's also a region that encompasses the second and the third chakras called the void, where the master principle or the guru principle is established in us, where we become our own guru. So we can bring the right hand just above the stomach and slowly move it in a clockwise direction, round, from the top to the left, to the bottom, to back, on the right, and up. Let's keep our attention at the top of our head. And let's say, Mother, please clear my Guru principle. Please clear my void. Let any impurity or any imbalance in this principle and in this region be removed. I am my own Guru. I am my own guide. Give me that state to see myself, to witness myself, to be detached, to see what is truly good for my ascent, for my spiritual ascent. And please enable the conditions for me to grow. I can bring the right hand back. Now let's just sit for a couple of minutes silently. Witnessing the state of the self. You can always bring your attention back to the top of your head if you see it drifting. Let's just enjoy this silent state. We can now conclude the foot soak by taking some fresh water and rinsing each foot over the water, and don't put the feet back in the water. Take it out. And we can take a couple of minutes to dispose this water in the toilet, and then we'll come back and settle down to continue the meditation. Let's all settle back in. Okay, let's now sit down, and again, you can either keep your eyes closed, or you can also focus your attention on the red dot called the bindi on Sri Mataji's forehead. And let's take a few deep breaths. Let's breathe slow and deep. Now, as we breathe like this, let's try to introduce a gap between inhaling and exhaling. So you take a deep breath and then hold it and then release. And then hold it and then inhale. Just breathe in this fashion for just a minute or so. And as we do this, any emotion, thought, tension, absolutely anything that you're feeling, just try to release it with that breath. Allow this process to completely relax you. You might even start to feel cooler on your hands, on your head. Or reduced tingling. We've talked about other chakras before. So today, let's look at the third chakra called the Nabhi, which is near the navel region. Now, one of the most important qualities of this center is that it makes us feel satisfied and contented in every way, materially, emotionally, spiritually. And this is important for us to be more balanced, but also to grow higher. When our needs are met, when we feel contented, then the attention automatically elevates, rises. towards our higher purpose. We also become generous, very, very generous, because we are contented. On the physical level, the third chakra is related to the stomach and the organs around the abdomen, the middle and upper abdomen. So the food that we eat has a huge role to play, an important role to play in our state of balance, because it affects the two energy channels, the left and the right. There are foods that can cool us down, and there are foods that can warm us up. So it's good to be conscious of what we're eating and how it affects us, and how we can use diet to keep ourselves in balance. Another quality of this center, especially the left side of this center, relates to the state of the householder or the family. We all have evolved as humans with the institution of the family and of the household. So it's very important to have a balanced, joyful household and family life, which is governed and affected by this center, the left Nabhi. So we'll listen to a talk by Shri Mataji. It's an excerpt where she addresses some of the qualities of this center, particularly that of the householder, and then also about food. And then we'll come back to meditate on that. So let's keep our attention in our Sahasrara as we listen.
So the balancing comes through Nabhi, and Nabhi looks after you and teaches you how to be. For example, now, your left Nabhi is Graha Lakshmi. Graha Lakshmi is the deity of the household. But if you are too much outward tired, you are running a mad race. Say early in the morning you get up, read the newspapers, is again Sahaja Yoga again. Not to read newspapers in the morning time. You can read it in the night. But not in the morning. Because if you read it in the morning, you get upset. And for this spleen has to pour in more red blood corpuscles, and it becomes mad and crazy. On the contrary, in the morning, talk to your wife, talk to your children, look after your Graha Lakshmi. The wife has to be also Graha Lakshmi, as I told you. Then you have your food properly, sit down and eat properly. But no, just after that, upsetting that Nabhi, you jump into your car, taking your breakfast in your hand, eating on the way, honking at people, getting angry with them. The wife is calling, come along, you had no breakfast, nothing doing. You are on your way on a special work. You end up with leukemia, at least, minimum, if not with heart attack. Leukemia comes from left Nabhi when your Graha Lakshmi is ruined. The deity of Graha Lakshmi is Fatima B, the daughter of Muhammad. While the daughter of the sister of Nanak Sahib is on the left vision. We'll see that. Nanak. Now, this aspect of life you never think about. When you get leukemia, then you will come to Mother, please cure me. And if you are rich, you will see to it that I cure that person. If I don't cure, you'll sit on my head. You'll bring 10 cars on my head unless and until I cure your leukemia. But if I tell you, my son, you take it easy. Life is not for making wretchedness out of you. What have you gained out of all this running about? Nothing but this horrible left lobby by which you are suffering, your family people are suffering. Only person who has gained is the doctor or the doctors or the hospitals. They won't listen. And you know, leukemia is such a fast developing disease of cancer that one can pass out within one month. Doctors will tell you, at the most you will live for 1 month, that's all. They will take all the money to give you this certificate. Very nicely. But why have that? Be patient with yourself. Be kind to your Nabhi. Look after your college. All kinds of diseases of the stomach come from this imbalance, this way or that. All these great gurus came on this earth to give us balance, to teach us balance and tell us, don't do this and don't do that, all the 10 commandments. But to us, these 10 commandments have no meaning. Now I'll touch a point which is very important today for you people to understand about non-vegetarianism and vegetarianism, because this subject I wanted to handle. Because if they are vegetarians, they can't bear to see that Mother says it doesn't matter if you are a non-vegetarian. Because it doesn't go against your awareness. It does not. But drinking does. Drinking does go against your awareness. But not eating meat or not eating meat. But one has to understand. Now somebody told me that in Gita it is written that those who eat meat are tamogunis. I am surprised at Gita itself, because Sri Krishna himself in the very beginning has told Arjuna that you should go all out to kill all these people. Even your relations actually kill human beings. Your relations and your guru also is to be killed. Because I have already killed. Nothing is going to be killed by you because they are already killed. And he gave so many explanations that it should not be done. But he said, no, I tell you, you have to go and kill. Surrender yourself to me and I tell you. So how did he preach this ahimsa? I just don't understand in Gita. Now this seems to be a new introduction that the people who eat are tamogunis. They are not. They are never. They are rajogunis. If you eat meat, you become rajogunis, not tamogunis. Tamogunis are the people who eat carbohydrates. We have seen it in Sajo. You have two types of diseases. One is lethargic organs and one is active organs. So those who are lethargic, having too much carbohydrates in them, and those who are overactive are having too much proteins in them. I mean, if you take proteins in the scientific way, will you become lethargic? I mean, ask any doctor. And then the doctor says Gita is all humbug because it doesn't understand what it is saying. And while you say like this that we must follow Gita, I think somebody has gone wrong there and has written something wrong in Gita. They have written in the Bible, they have written in every book. I'll tell you what they have written wrong in Bible later on when it comes to Christ. I think they just some people have put it there just wrong. Of course, if you eat too much meat, you get rajogunis. Then rajogunis become, as I have told you, right-sided people become very aggressive and they become ahankaris and they can harm. But the people who just eat grass can become lethargic, absolutely lethargic. They will have lethargic heart, if not active heart, they will also get heart attacks. And they will have lethargic intestines, by which they'll get tremendous all the time, passing out of the stools, they'll never be able to digest any food, they'll be very weak people. So those people who have a lethargic heart or a lethargic, lethargic liver or lethargic intestines should take to proteins. I'm not saying meats, but proteins. But a vegetarian doesn't take so much proteins. It's easier to take meat, there's no harm. But those who are active, people should take more to vegetables. It's sensible. Guru Nanak ate all the meats. Was he a bad man? These Marwadis who are supposed to be absolutely abstaining from even from lasun and pyaz, was he worse than him there by any chance? What about Buddha himself? He ate meat because he died of eating raw meat himself. Only thing, you should not eat the meat of animals which are bigger than you, and not of a cow which is an Indian cow, especially Indian cow. Also bigger cows are not good because they give you a problem for the teeth. But smaller animals, even when I read Jainism, they said that you must save the bullocks, the cows, and you must save other animals. But they never said you must save goats and you must save chickens, because Mahavira knew we cannot give realization to chickens. What is the use of saving chickens and mosquitoes and also bugs? Of course, they are doing like that. Some Jain people save bugs and put it on a human being, and they take the blood of those human beings and they are paid for it. It's absurd, but they do it. For them, bugs are more important than human beings. Billions and billions of bugs cannot make a human being. All these absurd ideas we have in this country. So when I say you have not to be a vegetarian or non-vegetarian, you have to see what you need and eat that. But all the time your attention is in food itself is wrong. So there is no good in you people getting into these problems of vegetarianism and non-vegetarian. Of course, in the Western country, people should take to vegetarian food. Not absolutely, but more than what they have. While the people who are in India, who are vegetarians, will have to later on take. Otherwise, they'll have lethargic heart. I'll cure them once again, they will have problem. Then they will have to go for a bypass. Save money there. You cannot. You will have lethargic intestines. Then you will have lethargic liver. You will have all kinds of cirrhosis, or maybe on the hand you might get all kinds of rashes and things like that, allergies. All these problems will come. And then ultimately such people look so peaceful because, you see, they are like cabbages. Is they? Yeah. If somebody is like a cabbage, then how do you give him a realization? You can't give realization to cabbages, can you? We have to have here chivalrous people, brave people, warriors. You have to fight the evil forces. And what can these people who are cabbages going to do for it?
Let's place the right hand on the stomach. And let's bring our attention first to the seventh center at the top of our head. and appeal to the Kundalini. Mother, please nourish my Nabhi Chakra, the third center. Make me contented, balanced. This is also the place where virtue is established in us. Please establish my virtues, the principles of well-being, both as individuals as well as collective beings. Make me generous in every way. Let my joy give joy to others. Please establish my sustenance. And give me the foundation to take my awareness higher and deeper into the spirit. Now we can bring the right hand back on our lap. We can place the right hand on the left side of the heart and say, I am the pure spirit. I am that detached awareness that is absolute, that is not identified with anything, that is silent, witnessing, blissful. I am that truth. I am just the truth itself. There is no I. There is just pure and absolute awareness. whose nature is unconditional bliss. You can place the right hand across the forehead and just press on both sides of the forehead with the hand. Just say, I forgive. I forgive everyone. I forgive myself. I forgive every thought. I forgive. We can place the right hand on top of the head, push down with the center of the hand, center of the palm, stretch the fingers outward, and just move the scalp, just move the hand around, rotating clockwise, asking the sacred energy to deepen my connection, to deepen my state of self-realization. Let me feel the peace of the spirit uniting with the Almighty through the center. This is where the drop merges with the ocean, where we become one with that ultimate reality. Let more and more strands of the Kundalini come up and connect. We can bring our hand down. Just keep our attention at the top of the head. And meditate in silence for a few minutes, being in this silent witness state, letting go any thought that comes. Because the thought is not the reality.
doing now? What are we doing now?
Keep our attention at the top of our head. Feel that peace within. This state is available to us always. It is unconditional. It does not depend on circumstances around us. We just need to become aware of our thoughts. Be detached. Be accepting. Be aware. And allowing that divine energy to make it happen. So we will conclude today's meditation by once again raising the Kundalini 3 times and giving ourselves a bandhan, balancing the chakras. Thank you all once again for coming and joining the meditation today. I hope you experienced, at least for some moments, that state of thoughtless awareness, or that you felt peaceful within. If you have any questions, please feel free to share, or any experiences that you want to share, you can go ahead and do that. So
I just want to thank you, Sudeep, and everyone else. It was absolutely beautiful and peaceful. Thank you so much.
thank you, Mati. Thanks again. Anybody else? Okay, looks like everybody is thoughtless right now. Well, thanks again. I think we'll keep this open for another 2 minutes, and we'll see you next Sunday. As well as Karan, do you know if there's any in between sessions during the week?
There are a few. Let me share them on the slide here.
Right. So Tuesday afternoon Eastern time, Wednesday 8:45 p.m. and then Thursday. So we have several sessions during the week to help people keep up that practice. So it's the same Zoom link for all of the sessions. So please feel free to join these. I believe the foot soak happens during the sessions as well. So it's a nice way to keep that habit going, to build that routine. All right, so if there's no other questions or comments, I think we can feel free to leave, maybe go to the main room. Thank you all once again.
Thank you, everyone. Thanks, Sudeep.
Thanks, Karan.